Hi everyone, it's Nicole and welcome to my channel and another card making tutorial. Today we're going to be creating some beautiful distressed frames with rub-ons using some brand new products from the Hero Arts April 2023 release, as well as some other new products from like the spring release and I believe March's release. So kind of mixing and matching, but the beauty of this are the awesome stenciled backgrounds with the brand new stencil set, and then rub-ons. I love a good text distressed frame, and these are created with rub-ons, if you can believe it, and I didn't even use an entire sheet, and I can't wait to show you how I achieved that look. Let's start with creating our own pattern paper backgrounds, which is one of my very favorite things. This is the brand new color layering bold flowers stencils, and this is sure to be one of your new favorite stencil sets. Absolutely amazing stencils. You can do this in any color combination you prefer, and you can see I couldn't stop with just one. I did 5. I am using some of my favorite colors of Hero Arts Hero Hues inks. This first color combination is Mist and Periwinkle, and then we're going to be using some green shades in Soft Olive and Forever Green. I love these stencils. If you love layering stencils and creating your own backgrounds, you definitely want to pick this stencil set up. You can see how easily they piece together. One of the best stencil sets I've seen like this for building backgrounds. I found it really easy to get everything lined up perfectly. And we're just going to continue to ink these. And I am going to show all of inking up this set, and then I'm going to speed it up so I can show you all of the other color combinations I picked. You can pick any of your favorite color combinations, and if you don't want to change colors between each background, let's say you want to make a card set for your mom or your sister or your aunt or your friend, let's say for Mother's Day. I love giving my mom card sets like this, or my sister-in-law or something like that. Wouldn't it be awesome to just go crazy and create a whole bunch in the same color scheme all at once? I'm a huge fan of creating your own backgrounds, and this set is my new favorite. I did go ahead and blend a little bit of the light and dark green on this one. I will tell you, I opted not to do that on the rest of them. So look at the background. Already it is stunning. This is a 4 stencil set, and they are very easy to figure out. I believe that they are lettered A, B, C, and D, which makes it easy to know kind of what order to do them in. Now, the Forever Green is nice, deep, and dark, so when you place it right over, it is going to ink over the color underneath. I am definitely feeling the spring vibes right now, so that's what I opted to go with. Now, the Hero Hues inks that I'm using are dye inks. I'm going to tell you some things I found as I finish coloring in the rest of my backgrounds when going to clean your stencils. So the first thing I did was I just washed my stencils with soap and dish soap and warm water, and they didn't come clean. And I thought, oh my gosh, because I cleaned them like within 10 minutes of finishing inking up my first background. And some staining is normal. Like there might be some around the edges, the cut edges of the stencil. You can see a little bit here of the blue. And I thought, wow, I'm surprised it didn't just run right off. So I got out my stamp cleaner. Stamp cleaner is going to clean off your stencils. And another thing that I absolutely love to do is I have some rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle that I use for cleaning up a lot of times, like my glass mat. I found it worked even better. So I used a spray bottle of rubbing alcohol and a microfiber cloth or some paper towels as well, and gently cleaned these stencils up. You don't want to be rough with them. You don't want, any of the little cut areas to roll up or anything like that. So that is what I found worked best. I would suggest when going to clean these, use stamp cleaner or rubbing alcohol. Just worked really, really well. Now, I will say I did pink there. You saw that. That pink color combination was Soft Blossom and Peony. And I went from pink straight into red. And I didn't even clean my stencil because I figured it would be totally fine. And this is going to be Pale Tomato and Cherry. Now, I am not going to clean it from this time either, because we're going to go into some purples, and I kind of thought the red purple would look okay, and it did. It worked great. And then I'm going to clean my stencils to do the yellow, because obviously with yellow you want your stencils to be pristine clean before you go to add that. Look at the beautiful color, you guys. I can't get over these backgrounds. I could have just made backgrounds for days in every single color combination. Okay, and then let's go ahead and do this next one. And again, remember I said this is passion flower and grape juice. I forgot to mention that for purple. And yes, a little of the red is going to transfer, but I kind of liked it. I thought it was kind of pretty. And here is the red stencil, and this is going to be the grape juice color. And it's pretty nice and dark, so I don't think really much of the red transferred there. Then I'm going to go clean my stencils really well after doing the green. You don't have to do the green stencils now if you don't want to. I think I did, just because I sometimes worry about the ink getting underneath on the back side of the stencil and making it messy. The purple is gorgeous. So please, in the comments, let me know what color combination is your favorite. What color are you drawn to? I always love reading your comments. I love all of them. I'm probably drawn most to the blue and the yellow. I don't really know why. I just really liked those. I'm kind of into blue and yellow right now. That might be it. My favorite changes from time to time, although blue does tend to be my favorite. A lot. I think the yellow is just because I am longing for lots of sunshine, warmer weather, and all of that good stuff. And I did clean the stencil. There is something so nice about stenciling with brand spanking clean stencils, isn't there? Now, once I'm done with this is when I'm going to go and grab some additional new products. If you are getting the main kit or the premium kit, which has even more goodies, you may not need to dig into extra supplies from your stash, or maybe you are like me and you love to mix and match. Look at all those backgrounds. In my videos for Hero Arts every month, I share videos with just the add-ons only, or other Hero Arts products that are not kit related. So from my stash, I pulled out the very new butterfly hot foil plate, and then the delicate butterfly fancy dies, because the large butterfly from that set coordinates with our hot foil plate butterfly. And we are going to foil our butterfly 5 times with gold foil. So I've got my Spellbinders Glimmer machine here. I've got my die cut machine, and I am going to foil all of these and then die cut the butterflies. We will be doing a little embossed resist with foil, which I love, to add a little bit of color to each butterfly. The new products I'm using today, in addition to the color layering Bold Flowers stencils, are the Arches Infinity dies, and then we're going to use the Collage Backgrounds transfer set. Do you guys remember rub-ons from way back? I used to love rub-ons, so I'm glad to see them kind of making a comeback. Out of a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch panel of smooth white cardstock, I die cut one of the Arches Infinity dies. This is the 3rd largest. I kind of just like that as far as the width of the border. And then I'm going to take the popsicle stick tool that comes in the package, and I am using my backing sheet to protect my work surface. You're going to see that I actually borrowed another one of the backing sheets from another sheet here in a minute. And I am randomly applying my rub-ons. And it doesn't need to be perfect. This is the distress portion of this. I am going to get all 5 backgrounds, distressed frames from this one sheet. Plus I still have lots of rub-ons left on here. I could probably get at least 2 more out of what is left on this one transfer sheet, and you get 5 in this set. Now I was showing, I think, the 3 that I think work the best for this technique. Actually 4, the music notes would work well. The map, I don't think, I'm just not as drawn to the map. I love a good text background. Look how beautiful that is, you guys. Isn't that amazing? And then I'm simply going to take my darkest color from each set, and I am going to ink the center of my butterfly. This is that embossed resist of the foil, and I'm going to do dark in the center and lighter as we get a little further out. Make sure and buff away any ink that might be on the foiling with a dry cloth or paper towel. And then this is going to be kind of how my card looks, and I'll show you how we're going to put that together and also some design choices here in a bit. Let's go ahead and add our distressed text to all the rest. So I love this script. There's also kind of like a dictionary print, and then this one is a very collage-y print, the one I chose to use. So different sizes of text, overlapping text, and for me, I felt like that worked really, really well. You can achieve this with background stamps. I know if you get the premium kit, there's an awesome text stamp in that, and get a very similar look. I just love, though, that you can do this with rub-ons. I thought it was super fun. And you can see I'm just getting little parts and pieces from the sheet and applying it all around the frame in different areas. And if some extra transfers, that's fine. I want it to look very distressy, very organic, and the backing sheet protects my work surface, so it's going to not transfer anything, since that is the protective backing sheet for the stencils, which is the messiest part of rub-ons, which I'd kind of forgotten. I have not really used rub-ons, I don't think, since my scrapbooking days of old. And I have to say, I love it. I love that Hero Arts has these rub-ons. I guess I have used a few Tim Holtz. He doesn't call them rub-ons though, does he? I can't remember. I'm going to just keep applying little bits and pieces all around the edges of each of these frames, and I did mass produce these. I will say the rub-ons are really fast. There's no ink, there's no mess. It is literally just taking your sheet and adding some text all over the place. You could use the different text sheets and really mix and match it if you want to. The script text is going to give you a little bit more of a uniform look. You could go ahead and apply the transfer all over the background for a more uniform look. I really wanted to try to get the most out of this and get that messy look, like a controlled mess. I love a good controlled mess. I don't know about you guys, but I love distressing, but I like to kind of control my distressing. And you can see how much of the sheet I've used. This is the last frame, and I'm just kind of picking parts and pieces to apply all over the place. All of the backgrounds are different, and that's totally fine. Once I'm done with this, it's time to assemble all of my cards. When I laid the butterfly out over the stenciled background, I felt like it just got lost in the background. I don't want to get rid of the pattern paper, but I want to mute it. And my favorite thing to do that is, of course, vellum. I consider these stenciled backgrounds just like I would a pattern paper that's a little too bold, but I still want it to be a prominent element. Vellum is just going to allow you to mute it and soften it enough that it takes a little bit of a back seat to the butterfly and the greeting on each card. So I've applied a 4 by 5¼ inch piece of vellum back behind the window. Then we're going to adhere the background back behind the vellum, and we're going to pop up our butterfly with some foam adhesive squares. This is another thing that's going to help kind of elevate or make our butterfly a little more prominent. The greeting is going to go right through the center of each butterfly, but let's go ahead and assemble each background first. Again, this is another card idea that could be used for any kind of sentiment, which you're going to see here because every card is going to have a different sentiment from the stamp set I'm using. I absolutely love how the frame looks with those great rub-ons in the text and then the beautiful stenciling back behind the arched infinity window. I think the arch also is a really elegant way to create a beautiful window on a card. Can be used for shaker cards, windows, all kinds of things. And if you are familiar with the Hero Arts Infinity dies, you already know that they are spectacular because they come in so many sizes in the die set. So everything from almost a full card size front to teeny tiny, if you want to do repeating little arches, which pop a little, punch a little hole in the top, and you have some great little rounded tags just like that. So absolutely amazing. I love this die set, probably one of my favorite things from this month's release. And I noticed that my background was a little not the right size, so I just trimmed it down a bit. I love assembly line style crafting, and this set worked out perfect for that. So let's go ahead and put our last one together. And there you can see all the sizes of the arched infinity dies. And then to do our greeting, my favorite product, I think, from Hero Arts right now is the Great Strip die, and they have now got 3 stamp sets that work with it. The latest is called Everyday Sentiment Strips, and if you need a card for pretty much any occasion, I love this for having sentiment strips on hand. You could assemble these cards to this point right here, and then you can wait and add the sentiment as needed. Go ahead and stamp and die cut your sentiment strips. Keep them in like a little container or a Ziploc baggie or something. Let's say you need a sympathy card. You could easily just pop the little with sympathy greeting on your card and go for it. Or birthday, or maybe you want Mother's Day. Whatever the case may be, this stamp set has you covered. And I love that it die cuts all of them at one time. Congratulations. Maybe you have a wedding to go to, or a wedding shower, or a baby shower, or something like that. Just so many great occasions. Look at all of them that you get with just one press of your stamp, because this is all one stamp, and here's that coordinating die that I love. I'm going to tape it in place, run it through my die cutting machine, and then we are simply going to pop a greeting in the center of each butterfly. Now, most greetings, I believe, have 2 sentiments per strip, so you will need to cut them apart a little bit. I just use my scissors, and I just cut them apart super easy. I'm going to pop all these out. All of the extra sentiments, I love to either keep in the package with the stamp set. So the next time that I need a greeting, I know I can go to this. I actually just did that with another set of cards I did. I went to one of the other strip stamp sets from Hero Arts and pulled out greetings from there and used them on cards because I had a lot of extra from a previous project. So it's really handy. Or you could just stick them all like in a little cup or dish on your desk to use when you're card making. I'm going to use a little double-sided tape to adhere the greetings to the center of each butterfly. I will then attach each of these backgrounds to a white top fold card base, or you can use side fold if you prefer side fold. And I'm going to finish each card with a scattering of pearls that match the color. These are very monochromatic cards, so each of the pearls I choose are going to be in those colors. I'm going to add some little dabs of glue, use an embellishment wand to pick all of them up and pop them in place. And that is going to be it, friends. Super quick and easy, and a wonderful way to create some amazing distressed frames using brand new products from the Hero Arts April 2023 release, as well as some favorite products from Hero Arts. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. The supplies I used are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.